Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the American Sports Connection. I'm your host, the one and only Joey Railroads. I'm here with my buddy Ryan Ennis. Ryan, how's it going, man?
Everything is going just swell and dandy. How about you?
Good. I actually, before we got on here, watched the new Halloween movie trailer, and it actually looks quite good.
Yeah, that's actually surprising because the last couple have been awful.
I will say this because I talked to another good friend of mine that's a big Halloween fan, the series. He didn't like how they kind of changed the story around a little bit.
I mean, like, how many times can you really tell the same story?
That's true. It'll be interesting because John Carpenter is, I think, like producer or executive producer, and I know he's doing the score for the movie.
Oh, so he's gonna have a hand in it.
Yeah, so that's why I'm thinking it might not be an abomination.
Yeah, no, and yeah, no, it looks good. Did you see the trailer that I happened to link on that?
No, I did not yet.
Go back to that thread because I don't like the. It's funny because the one that I posted, it's for a movie called Searching, and it's actually Harold from Harold and Kumar,
Yes.
the Asian guy. And it's like a guy's daughter goes missing, but it's. I usually hate movies that try to incorporate the use of social media because I think they're so tacky. This one really looks like a good thriller, not necessarily a horror movie. But the international trailer makes the fucking movie look so much better.
Usually that happens. You'll get like one trailer that it looks kind of and then another one you're like, ooh, well, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, this was done so much better because I seen the international one, I guess it is first, and then I tried showing it to my wife last night, and I'm like, this doesn't make the movie look as awesome.
And
So-
it's like kind of a letdown.
Yeah, I don't know if it's just how it's cut or what, and I wonder, like, what discerns how that happens, because, man, they fucking missed the mark on that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. So to start my day, I yesterday I went to my one of my doctors for a checkup. Everything's cool, but I gave them, paid my copay and paid X amount on my doctor's bill. So
Okay.
I check my online banking because I'm weird like that. I always check it every day, just in case. They fucking double billed me.
Oh, boy.
They charged me like an extra $50 more than what I agreed to. So my day was starting off going to the bank and filing out a dispute claim.
Couldn't you just contact the doctor?
Yeah, I did, and they told me to contact the bank.
Okay.
So needless to say, they'll be getting money orders from now on.
Yeah. I
Well,
would say
it's
so.
weird because this is the second month in a row this happened.
And the bank found for you in the first case?
Yeah. Like they gave me the money right back.
Good.
I know, it's strange. Anyway, before we get going, don't forget to check out our social media pages. You can find them at facebook.com/American Sports Connection or on Twitter at ASC Pods, Instagrams at American Sports Connection. You can find all our previous episodes on B Plus Player Radio. Best way to do that is on Twitter at B Plus Radio. And don't forget to check out our sponsors over at the Squared Circle Magazine. You can find them on Twitter at TSCM Weekly. Use promo code ASCPOD and you can get 10% off your order. They changed it on me, Ryan.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, no, I was like, wait a minute, that's wrong. So, there's been a lot that's been going on this week in wrestling.
But none of it good coming from WWE, so...
No, not at all. Uh, Chris Aman and CM Punk's case was finally resolved, where CM Punk and Colt Cabana won. So now Dr. Aman is responsible for all of their legal fees.
Yep, on top of not getting anything. So, yeah, I thought it was going to be hard for them to prove defamation based off of an opinion.
I agree.
I think it's harder to prove that he wasn't just giving an opinion based off of experience, like that he was actually intending to cause damage to him.
Yeah, I just think he was saying how he felt.
Yep, and apparently, it wasn't even just a single judge. It was
It was a jury trial.
Yeah. So,
I mean, that's got to be a huge relief for those guys.
But apparently, more than once, I believe it happened 4 times, that his lawyers either were reading from the wrong conversations, like one apparently it had nothing to even do with CM Punk. It was a conversation with Zack Ryder.
Oh my God.
That AJ Lee on the stand said, that's Zack Ryder. There were other times where he read from the wrong depositions. And apparently there was 4 instances where he made very basic mistakes.
So basically they got I don't want to say lucky, but you know what I mean? They had bad legal representation.
Well, no, or there was no case to begin with, and he was just being pushed forward by a not good lawyer.
That too. Because you had read the rumors that WWE was paying for Aman's legal fees.
Well, yeah, I think that's common, commonly thought of. I didn't think that was a big secret.
Yeah, I will say this. I wish I was a fly on the wall when Vince and Triple H found out the verdict.
Well, the company wouldn't have gotten any of that money to begin with.
Oh, I know, but you know how much Vince hates to lose.
I don't know if Vince was that invested in it.
I don't know.
Because it wasn't Punk suing. It was Aman suing Punk. There was very little to do with WWE as an entity. It was his medical care.
Right.
So.
It's, but that's finally over with. That was a long, drawn out thing.
4 years, I believe.
Was it 4 years? Holy shit.
I believe that's what Cabana said, that, when it started he was 34, thinking that 38 was so far away.
Man, I'm curious to see what the bill Aman will have to pay.
I don't know if that'll ever become a matter of public record. It may.
Yeah, no, I'm just for curiosity's sake. I would figure it would be a lot of money.
Probably tens of thousands of dollars.
That's what I was thinking. Just for curiosity's sake.
Yeah, I don't think it's anywhere near 6 figures. But I could be wrong. It depends on what kind of defense lawyer CM Punk had to get.
Yeah. Now, speaking of Punk, what do you think about his chances in UFC this weekend?
Realistically, I mean, it's the guy he's fighting may be 1-0. I mean, 0-1 professionally, but the guy has a history of fighting. It just hasn't been at the professional level. So I don't know. Realistically, I don't know. If the guy's mostly a puncher, it could be pretty even. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
if the guy's a good wrestler, I don't think CM Punk stands a chance.
Right. Now, here's the $1 million question. If Punk loses, does UFC release him?
I think so.
I was going to say, and if he gets released, does he go back to basically independent wrestling?
I don't think so. Because another one of the takeaways that was on that thing that I watched is that he seems to be really over wrestling.
Yeah, I kind of get that vibe too, and I think he was smart with his money.
Oh, very smart with his money. He doesn't need to wrestle. He does, and especially with what he's making with the UFC, he doesn't need to wrestle ever again. Like that's well known. He's very good with his money.
Honestly, I could see if he ever did come back, would be for like a Ring of Honor or like New Japan or maybe even PWG.
I mean, but that takes a lot of training to get back into something like that. That's a whole different beast, and I don't know if he really wants to go through that again. I mean, he said he was really beat up physically and emotionally, going from being fine to welling up in tears right before matches, throwing up after every match he had.
Right. See, that's what I'm wondering, if it's more so a WWE thing where it's like, you know what I'm saying?
In court, it seemed like his passion for wrestling was just over.
Right. It'll be interesting to see, after what happens this weekend.
I don't think he has a reason to go back to wrestling.
Well, yeah, like you said, he doesn't need to. He's financially well off.
I mean, and like, to think about, he should do it for the fans, it's kind of fucking selfish.
Well, yeah, because how many years did he perform for the fans?
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't owe anybody anything.
No. And
Part of the reason why he was in that situation is because his health to begin with.
Right. And I mean, isn't he, or I don't know if it's a full-time gig for him, but he was doing something with comic books.
I don't know the intricacies at all about what his deal is. I know he drew one. I'm sure he makes residuals off of that, but I don't know what it is going forward. I don't ever
that's what I
remember
was
seeing
wondering.
that deal.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure. Can you believe Money in the Bank is already next weekend?
I'm happy that there hasn't been much in between, like, since Backlash. I mean, it's been an okay build.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, it's kind of snuck up pretty quick.
Absolutely, but not as fast as Dominion, which is at 3 o'clock in the morning tonight.
Yeah.
Or tomorrow morning.
Yeah, are you staying up?
I don't know if I'm going to stay up or just, like, I don't usually get up super late to begin with, so I may just set my alarm for 5:30, and if anything, I could just go back and watch, because I do have New Japan World.
That's right.
And what I want to see is going to be towards the end anyway, so that's probably not going to be till at least 6 o'clock anyway. I really don't care about, Chris Jericho, about Rey Mysterio and Liger. I really don't.
Well, I really like Liger, but obviously he's not a spring chicken anymore, and he's kind of a shell of what he used to be.
Absolutely.
And that's no knock on him. It's just I don't want to see a dude that's like, I'm pretty sure he's like 50.
If not older. Yeah, dude's been around forever, bro. I mean, it's...
him and Brian Pillman were wrestling for the WCW light heavyweight title in like 92.
Yeah. Yeah, it's okay to hang it up.
Oh, no, I agree with that. Do you think we finally see the reign of Okada come to an end?
Yes. Omega's a babyface now.
I almost think it has to happen now.
Yeah. No, it has to. This is going to be it. It's tonight Kenny Omega becomes New Japan World Champion or heavyweight champion.
Yeah, it's almost to the point where they've turned, and I want your opinion on this, Okada into like John Cena when John Cena had that crazy run.
I believe he's currently in the longest run ever. Or he has the most title defenses. I think he just solidified that. So he gets to go down in history as the longest.
I'm about to look it up right now.
Or the most successful title defenses.
Because he's the longest reigning New Japan or IWGP heavyweight champion ever.
Okay, so he is, okay. And I'm also pretty sure it's most title defenses.
I'm trying to find. He broke the previous record of 489 days held by Hashimoto.
I mean, so look, I mean, there's nothing really left for him to accomplish as champion. Like, keeping it on him longer doesn't serve him or any record, I mean, other than extending a record.
You're right. He has the record for successful title defenses. It's 12.
Yeah, 12. And I think the last one was, what the hell, the Aerial Assassin. What the hell is his name? I could be wrong.
Yeah, hang on. I'm trying to find it.
Osprey. I think it's Osprey.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, because I believe Osprey is the one who won the tournament with the right to face him, and then.
Oh no! I'm sorry. It's Zack Sabre Jr.
Zack Sabre. Okay. There you go. Yeah, from Chaos.
I always get those two mixed up sometimes.
Yeah, I know one is in one faction. I'm pretty sure one is in another faction.
Yes, you're right. What it says here is he broke Tanahashi's record of 11 title defenses.
Yeah, that sounds very correct.
And he also broke Tanahashi's record of 1,358 combined days as champion.
So yeah, there's really nothing left for him. He's the all-time. So like, there's no. Plus, you've turned Kenny Omega from a heel to back to the Golden Lovers babyface.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see how long they're going to go, considering it's 2 out of 3 falls, no time limit.
Yeah, that's wow. Imagine it being like a 3-hour match.
Yeah. It's possible. I know the record on the Independence was 104 minutes.
That's crazy.
Because David Starr calls himself that, the 104-minute man.
Oh, on a sad note, Anthony Bourdain was found dead this morning.
I saw that, where he apparently took his own life.
Yeah, so... You know, Kate Spade also and I just don't know how many people here are really, the people who listen to us would be that familiar with Kate Spade, but yeah, Anthony Bourdain from the Travel Channel and from CNN's.
He has a cooking show.
Yeah, Destination Unknown or some shit like that. I forget the name of it. But yeah, he was found dead this morning. Apparent suicide. So rest in peace to Anthony Bourdain.
Yeah, that is sad. And what I was going to say is, you know, people, if you're having those types of feelings, try and reach out to someone, you know. There's always someone that's willing to listen.
Yeah, there's a suicide hotline. No, I mean...
And you could be confidential, you know, people don't have to know who you are.
Yeah, and there's absolutely no shame in feeling those feelings, you know. I mean, it's I don't want to say it's normal, but it's not out of the ordinary. So, I mean, anybody out there listening, you know, there's the suicide prevention hotline. We've all been through it. I mean, I know I have, you know, and I'm not ashamed of it. I got the help I needed. So, you know.
We've all been there at some point or another.
Yeah, life can get hard sometimes. You know, sometimes all you need to do is just reach out and realize maybe other people have gone through difficult stuff and gotten through it. And you can too, so.
I couldn't agree more. Now, I wanted to ask you with Jericho, do you think after this match he sticks around or is he done with New Japan?
I think he's done for now. I mean, I think it's impossible to predict if he would do another one-off, because that's all that these really are like sporadic one-offs. Could he do another one? Absolutely.
I actually hope he does because, and I've said this before, I really enjoy him as like super heel Jericho.
Yeah.
Like, I think it was the match with, the last match when he's beating up the young boys.
Oh, yeah. Just beat the fuck out of people. Cursing at the, reporters. Yeah. I like that, Jericho.
Oh, I do too. It feels like he doesn't. How do I want to say this? Like he's not handcuffed.
Yeah. No,
You know, where he could kind of just say and do it what he wants.
Yeah, and I think he plays that role very well, and I look forward to seeing him wrestle that style. I think him and Naito are going to be, is going to be an absolutely amazing match.
Right, and I know people were complaining when he wrestled Kenny, he can't really go with him. I thought the story they told was very good.
Yeah, I thought he did fine with Kenny Omega. I mean, you're talking about a guy 20-something years younger than him. I think he did great against Omega. He didn't get blown up.
Well, and I think the way they did it, how it was a hardcore match, kind of helped him, where he could kind of pace himself.
Yeah. But think about it. Every year, Jericho is like the Iron Man in the fucking Royal Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
He's the all-time leader of minutes. I mean, I don't think that's changed with Daniel Bryan this year with the Greatest Royal Rumble. But Jericho usually spends a considerable amount of time in the Rumble.
You're right. And I really like the new shirts. I know I sound like a mark, but I really like the new Jericho shirts.
Which one?
The one that's playing off the Bullet Club.
The Alpha Club? Yeah. Now, I'm just really looking forward to Kenny Omega hopefully winning the title tonight.
Be nice, right?
It really would be.
The other one that I'm actually looking forward to is seeing Sonata and Evil against the Young Bucks.
I think the Young Bucks win the titles back. I could be wrong, but I could see that the Young Bucks win the titles.
Yeah. They're just... I know they get a lot of hate, but they're super talented.
I don't understand why people give them hate. Yeah, I mean, I do, but it's. I don't think it's warranted. Like, I know what they complain about, but I think it's stupid what people complain about. So.
What do you expect from wrestling fans?
Not much.
I mean, I hate to be mean, but there's always when I go to a show, I always say you got that fan.
Yeah, that's why I can't go to those fucking shows too often. I just can't. I can't be around. Just too many.
Well, that's why I usually get up and walk around. Personally, I can't sit in like the metal folding chairs for so long. They hurt my back.
Hell yeah. Those things are awful.
Well, because we're getting old.
I've been old for a while, but yes.
Little man tells me all the time when he finds out someone's older than me, he's shocked.
That's so
I guess
funny.
he thought I was like the oldest person in the world or something.
That's so funny.
Because he's like, oh, you're going to be 35. You're like halfway to 40. I was like, yeah, thanks.
Way more than halfway to 40.
I know, but I knew what he meant in the sense of between 30 and 40.
That's so funny.
Dude, it's too funny. Did you see that this year's probably going to be the last year for SummerSlam in Brooklyn?
I did. Kind of expected that. I mean, we've had 3 in a row, so...
Well, and from what I understand, it makes sense when you hear it because Mania is going to be in New York. Well, Jersey, but they don't want to have like Mania and SummerSlam in the same market.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I do know. I want to see how it turns out this year. They're going to have the Rumble in a stadium.
Really? Where?
Where the Arizona Diamondbacks play.
Interesting.
But it's basically like a dome.
Still though,
I
that's
know,
really
like
interesting.
they haven't done one, I think, since like Safeco.
I'm trying to remember how long ago that was. Yeah, it's just a whole different view, feeling, everything in a dome.
Right. I'm intrigued because they've never really done a Rumble in that kind of a venue.
Yeah, that's gonna be pretty cool.
And from the article I read, they want to possibly do that with SummerSlam next year.
Huh. Interesting.
It's going to be hard, though, because they'd have to do it in a football stadium because they can't really do it in a baseball stadium unless they pick an off day because teams will be playing.
Yeah.
And that's going to be difficult on a Sunday.
Yeah, and that's going to be booked so far in advance. I don't think you're going to see too many WrestleManias in baseball stadiums simply for that fact.
No, I agree with you. Honestly, I don't think I would like going to a SummerSlam in like a stadium. And the only reason is because it's in the middle of the summer and it's probably going to be fucking hot.
Yeah, I mean, they'd have to be strategic about where they went.
Yeah, because I don't think they would do it like in an open air stadium. You know what I mean? Like in the middle of the summer.
Yeah, no, it would have to be a dome or somewhere like Seattle, which is, I think, a dome stadium to begin with. But
Yes.
It doesn't. I don't think it gets like ridiculously hot and heat. Well,
No, it's
humid,
usually
yes,
like
but-
70 degrees, I think, all the time there.
but there's a very high chance of rain.
Yeah. Well, they did WrestleMania, I think it was 19 at Safeco,
Yes.
which is an inside, like a dome. That's the one with Jericho and Shawn Michaels.
Yes. I remember that.
Yeah, so that's, possible that they could do that.
Yeah,
I
it'll
would
be
be
interesting though.
Oh, yeah. I would be, like, intrigued to see how they would do it. Because it seems like they're trying to do, like, everything, like, bigger and bigger.
Well, were you aware that they also have a $1 billion deal for Monday Night Raw?
No, I knew the one for Fox.
Yeah, they have. I believe it's actually worth more than the SmackDown deal.
I'm not shocked.
Yeah, I think it was 1.3 billion.
Did this just come out recently?
Apparently, because I saw something where they said between the two, they're going to be making almost $2.5 billion on their TV deals.
Holy shit. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I haven't. I'm trying to find it now, but oh, excuse me. Yeah, I can't find the right numbers right now. It said three. It's expected to close at 3 times its current value for Raw. They expected the value of Raw to triple, so that's about what they were saying the SmackDown deal was.
Either way, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, and they were smart. They made two companies bid against each other.
Yeah.
Because see, if they can say, well, if it was whatever for the B show and you want the A show, you got to pay up.
Yeah, if you want it, you gotta give more money because we consider it the A show.
They genuinely have a built-in audience that comes with it, so.
No, I agree with you.
So.
At least, well, I'm curious to see if USA will now start promoting WWE's product more.
That's possible.
The only reason I bring it up is because Fox said they weren't going to be ashamed of their product.
exactly. Yeah, Fox is willing. Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised to see it on like whatever Fox has for baseball, basketball, football. To
Yeah,
have
all their major
advertisements.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, this reminds me. I forgot to bring this up. Did you hear the story about the Garden?
Yes. As far as they're getting kind of fed up with the WWE,
Yes.
and that another company has a date booked for the end of the year, but the company isn't named.
Yeah, they said they're gonna start like venturing out to other companies that are not WWE.
Well, apparently there is another company with a date booked for very late 2018, but the company isn't named. And this actually came out the day before I started hearing about MSG being fed up with WWE, that they were going to start booking other companies.
That's interesting.
So, I mean, because there were rumors, could it be All In too, because of that little thing that Cody Rhodes did at the Ring of Honor show?
That was fun. That was good.
That was. I mean, but could it be him trolling with reality? Yes, because as of right now, nobody can say, oh, I knew he was. No. Because right now, he made everybody. He confused the fuck out of everybody. Could it or could it not be is both equal.
Right, and nobody knows but him and his inner circle.
Yeah, so I mean, like, apparently it's like $200,000 to rent out the building, but there's also, that's the main building, 19,000 people. They possibly could sell that out. But there's also the Fell Forum, I believe, still, which is the smaller venue, like where they used to do the boxing before they did it in the bigger main floor, like where the Knicks play.
Yes.
So there is a small, not Fell Forum, the theater at MSG. If you remember,
I knew what you meant.
It may have actually used to be called the Fell Forum, because I know that there was a Fell Forum. I don't know if that was another building or what. I don't know. But it's possible. And they said that they didn't even have to touch their advertising money for this, and they sold out. So which means they could have even more in their coffers and go back to these same advertisers and say, well, look, you were willing to give us X amount last time, and we didn't even need to spend it. We want to go run in New York. Can you give us a little bit more money?
Which is very possible.
Yeah, and if the person's already like, well, they're successful, this may be a good, investment.
Especially in the Garden.
Exactly, yeah, no, if they can be successful in the New York City market, like I don't think people realize how important that truly is. I'm not just saying that because I'm a New Yorker, but this is probably the most expensive to run, and it's got some of the most dedicated fans, and just more of them, because if you wanted to go, you can go to this.
Yeah.
People are willing to travel, and New York gives the means to that.
That's why I think they chose Chicago first, because, in my opinion, it's probably one of the top 5 wrestling markets in the country.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're going to get, diehards. Kind of like what you're saying for the New York market. You'll have people come in from everywhere to go.
Yeah, I mean, you're close enough to, Minnesota, and
the Midwest.
Wisconsin. Yeah, I mean, and that's known for old wrestling, so that's wrestling in their blood. So, yeah, I think that's a good thing. And it's easily accessible by transportation.
I agree. Here's a question for you. Do you think Cody wins the Ring of Honor belt back?
It's possible. I mean, it depends on how much how much Ring of Honor is willing to work with Cody on an independent project. And I say that because then it's going to be Aldis versus him, title versus title. And you have to have the okay from Ring of Honor to do that.
Yeah, and you got to get the okay from the NWA's people.
Yeah.
Which is Billy Corgan and I forget the other guy.
Yeah, I forget.
But I saw him win the belt, Nick Aldis, when he won it, and it was bad.
I just can't believe that thing still has any value.
They're trying to make it like special, you know what I mean? Like with the 10 pounds of gold.
Nobody gives a shit about that. That's an indie title.
I mean, I don't know if you watch it. They have like almost like a weekly show, I think, and it's called the 10 pounds of gold.
It's good that they're trying, it's I guess they're gonna try with whatever means they have.
I will say this. I like it on Nick Aldis because I think, you can get people to come in and want to see the guy get his ass kicked, like a heel champion. The guy they originally picked to have the belt was just a bad idea.
Yeah.
His name's escaping me at the moment.
The guy he beat for the belt?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Give me a second and I'll be able to find it. But he just didn't do it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no. Some people just miss the mark.
Yeah. I'm trying to... It was... No, that's... where he... Oh, Tim Storm.
I got no idea.
Yeah.
Well, I guess TM61, I believe, is now just the Mighty.
Is it?
Yeah, apparently it just happened.
Well, that's weird. Oh, that's the other news I wanted to tell you. I don't know if you saw it. Lio Rush is going up to the 205 Live roster.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw that promo. Doesn't look terrible.
No, it was actually pretty good.
The money at the end, though, I was like, oh, okay.
That was his, like, shtick when he was a bad guy.
But yeah,
I mean, if they let him be him, like what he can do in the ring, it should be fun.
Yeah, he skipped all of NXT for the most part.
Yeah, he only wrestled like 1 or 2 televised matches. Because I remember because the first match he had, he wrestled his former partner.
Who was his former partner?
Velveteen Dream.
Where were they partners?
On the Indies.
Huh.
I don't remember the tag team name, but they were a tag team in Maryland Championship Wrestling.
Now, this was before Tough Enough?
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know he was a wrestler on the Indies beforehand.
Yeah, hang on. I'll tell you the name. Because I always remember hearing about it, but I never actually saw it.
Oh, okay.
They were called Sudden Impact.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah. I wonder if they're going to have that huge like bodyguard with him when he comes up.
What bodyguard?
He had at the NXT events, from what I understand, the dude that was in the Greatest Royal Rumble.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was his Diesel.
Huh. Bubba Tunde.
Yes, that's who they had as his like bodyguard, basically.
Huh. I like that. I may be able to get behind that, especially with the 205 guys.
Yeah, that's why I was curious to see if they're gonna like keep them together. I think that could really work.
Yeah, I think that could get a lot of fucking heat too. Have this guy who's literally the size of 3 of these guys attacking. Or, like,
he's fucking bigger than Braun Strowman.
Yeah.
Like legitimately bigger.
Yeah. That's not even like joke bigger. He made Braun Strowman not look very large. Braun Strowman makes everybody look small.
Yeah, well, remember, because we watched it and we talked about it after. We're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, that guy is a fucking monster. He's not human. And he's strong.
Yeah, because I remember he threw out, I think, the most guys in the Rumble.
Did he?
I think.
Oh no, I just know he's a strong human being. But yeah. Oh, here's something that's actually gonna fucking surprise you because it surprised the shit out of me. Watching NXT this week.
Go for it.
That's not what's surprising. I watched a Shayna Baszler promo. I didn't fucking hate it whatsoever. Like, I was like, because she kind of came off like an old school heel. Like, I was waiting for her to just say brother. Like, just her fucking cadence.
Oh, like a Hogan promo.
Hogan or Macho, like, just what she was doing with her voice. I was like, this isn't awful. And then they actually gave Nikki Cross a mic. So they had like a little interaction between the two of them. So I would recommend going back and watching it because I know unless you watched it, you probably wouldn't want to go back and see it if you just heard about it. But it wasn't terrible.
Yeah, you were waiting for her to say brother.
Absolutely. So I was like, I can get behind this. Like, I don't hate this. So I was very shocked. So it looks like the crowd's getting behind her too, and it's not even like that piped in shit. Because people
like
are doing
booing her?
No, like chanting like Queen of Spades and doing her hand symbol shit. But that's NXT, so I mean, like they boo her when she does bad stuff, but in general, like she still gets cheered.
Well, I was told that she's very popular in the LGBTQ community.
I would say so. I mean, she's like the complete antithesis of what you would think about somebody who's gay. I mean, she walks around and punches people in the face for a living.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be a really good ally to have.
Yeah, but because someone had told me that, and I'm like, when they told me that, I was like, that kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it now. I was talking about with the Lio Rush deal. This Babatunde, when he was working dark matches for NXT, he came out with him.
Oh, interesting.
But this was in April. So I'm assuming that's when they taped for May and June.
Yeah, so it actually could be any time now.
Right, because they usually tape like a month in advance, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they taped 4 or 5 in advance. Or this one, they may have taped... I'm trying to think of when the last tape, but they may have actually taped this all right after their last set of tapings, in between pay-per-views. So
yeah.
They may have taped the 6 weeks or whatever.
You talk about NXT. Did you see the jump that Ricochet did?
Yeah, that was fucking unreal.
For those that haven't seen it, was it last week?
It was last week. Yeah, I believe.
I forgot to bring this up last week. He does like almost like a bunny hop. And literally like clears over the ropes and like lands right in front of Ricochet, Velveteen Dream that's like a quarter of the way down the ramp.
Yeah, he basically starts off in the ring, he runs, and he jumps over the rope, but he jumps over just doing a regular front flip. Fucking amazing. Just normal front flip over the rope. Doesn't touch the rope.
He is so talented.
Yeah. That was unreal. I mean, because to be so high and to be able to flip like that, it was so cool. I look forward to their match.
I think Dream's really talented.
Ah, he's fantastic. He's so good. And he's like, what, 20? 21? He's a kid.
I'm not sure.
He's very young.
He's 22.
Okay, he's still a baby.
Yeah, he'll be 23 in August.
Yeah, and think about how long he's already been with WWE. What also blows my mind is that they got fucking what's the other MMA fighter chick's name?
Oh, the other four horsewomen.
No, the one that's on the main roster. The one that was in Absolution.
Oh,
Sonya Deville.
Thank you.
Sonya Deville, Mandy Rose, and Patrick Clark, the Velveteen Dream, were all selected from the same Tough Enough.
Yeah. And the people that were like number 1 and number 2 are both gone.
Yeah, I think they I know Sarah Lee's been gone a long time. I think Josh, the Yeti, whatever, was only recently released.
Yeah, well, he was stupid going online on social media and saying that stuff.
What stuff?
When he was criticizing guys on the main roster.
Oh, yeah. Like, bro, you literally don't have a spot on the roster. What the fuck are you doing?
That's just like career suicide.
Yeah, absolutely.
But this is the thing that intrigues me about Velveteen Dream. He's a bigger guy, but you don't notice it.
Yeah, like you realize it when he's throwing punches, like how muscular he is. But when he moves around the ring, he's so agile. He's like a cat.
Yeah, because he's like 6'2".
Yes, I mean, in modern day wrestling, that's kind of getting on the tall side because you really don't have as many like the giants. Because it's like it was so hard to, like Hogan was 6'6", but he never looked that big because he was around other people who were like 6'7", 6'8", 6'10", yeah. But to have a guy that big, that size, be able to move the way he does is very impressive.
I think I noticed how tall he really was, and this isn't really a good generalization, but when he wrestled Lio Rush, I'm like, wow, he's really tall.
Lio Rush is also very small.
He's like my height.
Because you're taller than me. I'm pretty sure Lio Rush is shorter than me.
Let me double check, wait, because I'm 5'8".
Yeah, I think I'm like 5'7".
They bill him as 5'6".
So yeah, bro, he's small. Like, cause when I met him, I was taller than him.
Yeah. Super nice guy. Well, at least he was when I met him. I've heard things, but you know how people are.
Yeah.
So what are you up to this weekend?
Not much. We were going to introduce the new cat, but this morning we actually got a call from the vet that after checking the stool sample that there are antibodies for this particular bacteria, so they'd rather us treat it as if she is infected with it and wait 5 days before we introduce. So it's going to be another 5 days of keeping them separate.
So how many you have now?
47. No, 4.
You're turning into the crazy cat lady from The Simpsons.
Absolutely. That's what me and my wife were joking about yesterday.
Funny story for you. I don't know if I told you this. This has been some time ago. Before I had my surgery, I had to get a CAT scan. And I'm talking to the lady. And I don't know how it come about, but we're talking about like marriage and all this stuff. And she's like, yeah. She's like, I did it once. It's not for me. She's like, I think she said 3 cats. And I said, oh, you're turning into the Simpsons crazy cat lady. And she started laughing. She goes, that's what they call me here. She says, but I tell them if you get more than 3, then that's when you're a crazy cat lady.
Yep. So we're crazy cat people.
Yeah.
I'm very okay with that.
Yeah, crazy cat person confirmed.
Oh, absolutely. Yep. I have cat t-shirts. If you look at my phone, 90% of it are cat pictures. Yeah, I'm a cat person.
You've been hanging around with Mark. He's rocking the cat t-shirt too.
Fuck yeah.
Because I specifically asked him one time when he had a picture he put up of wearing a cat shirt. I said, where did you get that so I can get it for Ryan? Because that's who I instantly thought of you.
That's so funny. I had like 3 of them on the cruise, like just random cat shirts.
That's hilarious. But let's see. This weekend, I'm going to H2O's Hustlemania tonight, which is about 40 minutes from me, which should be fun. And then tomorrow's Tournament of Death, so that should be fun. If it doesn't rain.
Oh, yeah, that would not be good.
Well, because it's literally outside in like an outdoor
somewhere.
Yeah, outdoor hockey rink, I think it is.
Okay. That's cool.
Yeah, so they're like kind of talking, there's like a 50-50 chance of rain.
Yeah, well, if the weather in Chicago today is any indication, then yes, it's going to be awful. It's apparently in Chicago right now. No, because I have a friend in Chicago who said it was like thunder, lightning, and awful.
Yeah, I watched the weather this morning. They said it's like going to be hit or miss.
Wow.
So the show starts at 2, so hopefully they'll be able to get it in, because the way they've been talking, it's going to be more in the later evening.
Okay.
Because that would suck. It's going to be rain or shine, but it would just suck trying to enjoy a show in a downpour.
No, I agree.
But on that note, we're going to get out of here for today. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, give it a thumbs up, all that good stuff. And we'll see you back next time. Have a good day, everybody.
Adios.